we go.
It'll be the Heat off the tip. Here's Hero. Now Washington starting 5. Chris Middleton is out there with Sadiq Bey. Then there's Sarr. Then there's Bilal Coulibaly. And it's Smart in at the point. Three-pointer. Nails it from 3.
Outstanding energy from Smart. I mean, pushing himself to get up the floor.
Well, Coach, the Heat have had some deep playoff runs recently, making the finals twice in 5 years.
Yeah, Brian, and what's really interesting is that they've only been higher than a 5 seed once in that span. They just hit a different gear in the playoffs.
4-3, and again it's Washington with a 3.
A great decision from Smart. He's all about doing what's best for the team.
Middleton against Hero. Pass to Wiggins, and stolen by Middleton. Here's Bey. Kicks it out to Middleton. Tries again, and it's good on the lay-in.
With how well he shoots it, you can forget Middleton is 6'7". That size and high release point helps him close in.
The drive by Wiggins. Here's Ware. That one's off. Still out of sync. For Washington, they've gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. And stolen by Adebayo. Pass to Wiggins. Here's Adebayo. Kicks it to Hero. There's a screen. Just 5 to shoot. The 3. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Yeah, a versatile player. Hero is terrific at sensing when his guys are open.
Outside Coulibaly. Middleton from the outside. Miami grabs the miss.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot in most possessions.
Pass to Ware. And here's Hero. Over Smart. Hero with the bucket.
Clean jumper there by Hero. He really knows his shot well.
Washington has gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. Smart passes to Sarr. And there's the drive. Back to Smart. Bey with a screen on Hero. Pass to Sarr. Fires top of the key. That one's good for 2. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Brad, you talk about NBA length. Alex Sarr has it in spades.
So many young bigs we're seeing these days. He combines that length with some guard skills as well. And that's a very intriguing package.
Heat trail by 5. Hero finds Adebayo. Kicks it to Hero. It's stolen by Smart. Stolen by Hero. Lets it fly. Gets a very good look and converts.
Yeah, rising up on a dime. I love seeing Hero be assertive like this.
Coulibaly on the wing. From the arc. That shot, no good. Miami has gone 1 of 4 from deep. Here's Wiggins, and he goes in for the dunk.
Yeah, what a creative dunker Wiggins is. It's really fun watching him rise up and finish with power.
Smart outside. Three-pointer. Knocks down the triple. Smart's got 6.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Adebayo in the post. Middleton covering.
Wizards foul. Strong. First personal foul. First team foul.
There's 47 seconds left in the first.
Incredible defense from Middleton. I mean, maintaining good pressure on the shooter without fouling.
Washington leading by 4. Bey left side. Puts up a 3. They get the rebound.
Incredible work right there on the glass. Just doing all he can to extend that lead.
Hey, once you got him on the ropes, keep swinging away.
Yeah, this is the spot where coaches want you to be relentless. Don't even give them a glimpse of hope.
Middleton with a screen on Hero. Here's Smart. Outside for Bay. Pass to Koulibaly. To the wing, right side. Smart for three. No good on the shot. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. It's Washington. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for Washington?
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance.
Yeah, and also a great job hustling on turnovers and turning them into points. Defense creating offense so far in this one.
They've got Davion Mitchell. He's out there with Alec Burks. And it's Love in at the center position. So that's who Miami starts the second with. And you played for several different coaches with very different philosophies, Grant. Did you have a favorite system?
Well, you know, B.A., I did. I played 19 years, a number of different coaches, but the 8 seconds or less offense back when I was with the Suns as a player, you want to run. And honestly, it's so much fun getting up and down the court.
Oh, the shot no good by Kispert.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
Burks for three. Gets the three to fall. Burks has gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Wizards leading by 3. Brogdon feeling it out a bit. Pass to Holmes. Kispert on the wing. Holmes, a screen on Mitchell. Kispert's shot is good.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
There's the three. Kispert grabs a miss.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Carrington, no good. Miami has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Burks for 3. Another miss. He's 1 for 4 from the field. Washington has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the second. And Grant, when you play the Wizards, you better be ready to run.
BA, they like to speed you up. They force you to play at their pace. And on the flip side, that gives you open floor opportunities as well.
Well, it was a tough season for the Washington Wizards, Grant. A franchise low 15 wins.
You know, BA, it started with trading away their star, Bradley Beal, before the season. But I like their new direction, prioritizing their future and developing talent.
Now here's Burks. The 3 ball. And Holmes with the block. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Holmes. Washington on D. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. Knocks down the long J.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Now here's Poole. Yet to see a basket. Pass to Kispert. Fires for 3. On target from range. And the Wizards lead by 8.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Here's Jovic. That one's good. Mitchell making the play. Jovic has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And as it goes out of bounds, Washington able to keep possession.
Well, a risky pass there, and if you ask me, they're lucky that the defense didn't steal that one.
And it's Washington with the ball. Oh, the shot no good by Kispert.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
And it's Love missing.
And gearing up for the alley-oop, just couldn't finish the play.
Well, it's not easy to time that up. Just not quite in sync yet.
Jovic passes to Love. So it'll be 2 free throws. And they're not happy with the call here. Coach has given the signal. He's going to use his challenge. Probably a good idea in such a close contest.
The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Now here's Burks. Out to the right wing. And that's a foul called on Rashawn Holmes. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
We've got 1:28 left in the first half of this game.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selections. You have to be set up for success.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw. All right, Grant, what do you think about Jordan Poole's nickname, the Pool Party?
Oh, it's very apt, right? Because when he's on, everyone is having a good time. But it also speaks to his relaxed attitude. He's out there to shoot and have fun while doing it.
Shot's good by Carrington.
He's never going to pass up that shot. The defense giving him way too much room.
Burks passes to Jovic. Oh, my goodness! He'll
good.
go to the line with a chance at a 4-point play. It's on Corey Kispert, and the Heat unveiling the statue of Dwayne Wade, Stan, the face of the franchise forever.
Yeah, Brian, you think of what he meant to this organization, propelling it to its very first championship and then attracting other stars to Miami. He is truly the foundation.
Now here's Holmes. No points yet. There's 42 seconds left in the second quarter. Back to Burks. To the middle. Here's Jovic. And it's Poole with a rebound. And so it's Poole who brings up the ball for the Washington Wizards. Oh, it's Holmes with the big jam.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass.
If you can, use up the clock en route to the last shot.
Yeah, but if you get an open look, you got to think about taking it no matter how much time is left on the clock.
Love watching Brogdon make the right reads. He's more than capable of converting catch-and-shoot opportunities.
Burks for three. It's tipped. Brogdon from outside. No good. Misses at the buzzer. So we conclude the first half. It's Washington up by 10. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway. And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. You look at Corey Kispert. What a contribution.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
On the court for Washington, we've got Bilal Coulibaly. Chris Middleton is out there with Sarr. Then there's Sadiq Bey, and it's Smart in at the point.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
All right, Coach, what are some qualities you're looking for in a lead guard?
Well, look, you want a guy that can make plays, that can control the game. When I first got into the league, people thought about point guards as traditional pass-first guys. But now it means more than that. You want a guy who can make plays, whether it's for himself or for his teammates.
Now here's Wiggins. Adebayo sets a screen. Back to Hero. Shot clock at 6. The Heat need to get one up in a hurry. And it's Ware missing. Wizards leading by 8. Smart with the ball. Guarded now by Jaquez. Here's Coulibaly. Misses the 3. The The Heat shooting around 35% from the field so far. Hero, the kick out to Wiggins. Pass to Jaquez. Wiggins with a screen on Smart. And Marcus Smart picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second team foul.
Hero against Smart. It's Hero on the take. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Adebayo from long range. Sinks the tray. Adebayo's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Just another thing that Bam brings to your team, the ability to knock down jumpers.
Three-pointer is up. Middleton, he drops it from range.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Outside Jaquez. Wiggins outside. Out to the wing. Has to Ware. Driving inside, and down it goes. Jam that one home.
Good decision making. Scopes the situation, puts the pass right on the mark.
Kicks it out to Smart. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. It's Middleton on the wing. Lays it up and banks it in. Middleton's got 5 points in the quarter.
And using that 6'7" frame to get in there and do work, Middleton will take on anybody.
Adebayo passes to Jaquez. Fades away. Rebound by Middleton. Wizards leading by 8. Down low. Smart with the ball. Guarded now by Jaquez. Back to Smart. Pass to Sar. Out left to the wing.
He didn't have his feet planted.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Middleton from the outside. And again, it's Washington with a 3.
Wow. Middleton testing his range, and he passed the exam.
Adebayo finds Wiggins. Adebayo sets a screen. Right wing. Over Middleton. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
So Washington ends up going with a new group. And Grant, the Heat last season retiring Udonis Haslam's number 40.
Yeah, he played his entire 2-decade career in his hometown of Miami. And for all of his contributions on the court, he meant to this organization off the floor was just as important.
Jovic, he's checked in for Miami. That misses, so he splits the free throws. Heat trail by 9. Right side, Burks. And again, no good by Miami. And so it's Brogdon who brings up the ball for Washington. Takes it inside. Carrington. Offline with a 3. Miami has gone to 1 of 4 here in the third from range. This one for 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. Carrington's got 6. The Heat have gotten 3 of 6 shots to fall so far in the third. Burks for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Now here's Poole. Rebounded by Jovic. Fast break Miami. And the fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
An aggressive move to a strong finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Here's Carrington. He has 6. Kispert outside. 6 to shoot. Brogdon from outside. He can't hit that time. Heat trail by 7. Love passes to Burks. Misses from short range. Here's Carrington. Checked by Mitchell. Pass to Brogdon. For 3. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
buzzer-beating back.
A big-time effort for Chris Middleton, providing a lot of energy for the Wizards. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. We'll be right back after this word. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great passer.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Mitchell out there with Alec Burks. Then there's Kevin Love. And it's Highsmith in at small forward. That's the group in the game for the Heat. To the inside. Pass to Kispert. Fires the three. And again, it's Washington with a three.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
A three from the inbound. And Burks with the basket on the assist by Love.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That one felt a little personal right there.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back and forth.
Team foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
A new lineup here for Washington. Here's Coulibaly. And it's off from three-point range.
Well, that's a shot the defense felt like they could live with, and it worked out for them that time.
Hero for three. And again, Miami with a triple.
Yeah, absolutely no hesitation from Hero. He shoots at will from range.
Pass to Coulibaly. Shoots. Rebound Miami. Ware's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Burks. Now here's Adebayo. Here he goes. Ooh, powered down with both hands.
They closed the gap over the last few possessions. But can they push through and grab the lead?
Well, with all the momentum they've built up, I don't see this run stopping anytime soon.
And Smart has always been a good passer, but in recent years, he's really honed in on his playmaking abilities.
Burks no good. Wizards leading by 7. Smart passes to Middleton. Smart finds Middleton. Coulibaly on the wing. 5 on the clock. Smart outside. Jacks up a 3. And Smart nails the triple.
Yeah, Smart has such great body control. He can let the jumper go from wherever he wants.
On the attack, Hero. Here's Ware. Hero right side. Here's Adebayo. And Adebayo slams it in.
He challenges the defender and throws it down with 2 hands.
Man, just straight power on that one. Clear the deck. Middleton passes to Bay. Fires the 3. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got his 5th rebound in this one. Works for 3. Drains the triple. Now just a 5-point Washington lead.
And making the extra pass. Wiggins' teammates appreciate his willingness to get it to them when they're uncovered.
All right, and no surprise here. At this stage of the game, they're going to use the coach's challenge. Make them take another look at the call.
Shooting for Washington. Saw. Shoot.
And he
Will be reviewed under NBA rules. There will be
These personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Miami making a switch here. Highsmith checked in. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Eric Spoelstra's huddle. Well, Coach is thrilled with their three-point shooting, saying in the huddle, guys, let's keep it up. Continue to shoot it from deep. It's working. They've been on fire from distance so far.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie.
Yeah, and the potential Sarr has is enticing. He's a talented, mobile big man who wants to keep improving.
taking care of business at the line, converting on all those free throws helps them build this lead.
Plays with a bit of quiet intensity, but Wiggins has shown the ability to rise up in the big moments.
Smart passes to Sar. And he throws it down with one hand.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. Adebayo, no good. Wizards leading by 7. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Here's Sar. Back to Middleton. Pass to Sar. And that comes off the assist by Middleton. Sar's got 8 points in the quarter.
Sar is playing with a lot of confidence, not questioning himself, just using his size to keep finding buckets.
There's 57 seconds left in the fourth. That one is off. Excellent D there from Wiggins. And so Hero will bring it up for Miami. 9-point game. Pass to Adebayo. Wiggins from long range. Rebound by the Wizards. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Middleton from the outside. Adebayo grabs the board.
Honestly, they're just down by too much to mount a comeback.
Well, you want your players to keep playing hard, but let's be honest, this game's over.
It took him a bit to get going, but he's really got that 3 working now.
Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock.
First clean look they have. I mean, they've got to take it.
Yeah, and it basically all comes down to this. If they come away empty here, this one's pretty much over.
Here's Hero. Back to Burks. Oh, he buries it from outside.
And any decent look from distance, he's taking it. He has that locked-in mentality right now.
Well, he's firing away with confidence from downtown. The defense better adjust to this, and fast.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
And that'll just about do it. Coming through at the line in a big spot.
Here's Wiggins. So it's Washington picking up the win. They
We've got some great guards going head-to-head in this one. Brent, what will you keep your eye on in that matchup?
Well, Kevin, you're pointing out the guard play, so this is when they have a chance to go one-on-one. Which of these tandems can stand out against the other? Tons of pick and roll, tons of creativity, and we'll see which of these guys can pair off tonight to win this contest.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Dick is out there with Emmanuel quickly. And it's Ingram in at the 3 spot. Now here is Pirtle. Shot on the wing. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
To the right side. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Ingram with it. Picked up by Hero. And that one's good. Ingram.
Well, when Ingram gets the ball on the inside, his length can really help him out to create shot opportunities.
And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. I got some big dough.
Is it ever? It remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
Like how selfless Quickly was on that play, just creating team offense.
Up top, Hero. Dick defending. Wiggins sets a screen for Hero. And Grady Dick gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. On defense, the Raptors. Wiggins, a screen on Pirtle. The shot by Adebayo, no good. For Toronto, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Barnes passes to Dick. Back to Barnes. Launches a 3. Trains it from beyond the arc. Barnes has got 5 points so far.
And so many different ways Dick gets the ball to his teammates. Always on time and on target.
Adebayo the screen. Hero kicks to Mitchell. For 3. And Pirtle pulls it down. For Toronto, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's Ingram. And he finishes nicely on the way.
And gotta love the long, long arms of Brandon Ingram.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to catch up with Eric Spoelstra a few minutes ago. And their focus on defense, Brandon Ingram. Coach told me Brandon presents unique problems. It's the skill and size combination. You just don't see it too often. Anytime Ingram touches the ball, everyone will be focused on stopping him. Should be a good one tonight, guys.
All right, thank you, David. And Ingram has got the ball here for the Raptors. And it's quickly in the corner. A 3-pointer is right on target.
Sweet shooting touch from the confident guard. Quickly's role is to score as often as possible.
There aren't too many players with a skill set as diverse as Brandon Ingram.
Yes, Kevin, you got to appreciate the tools that Brandon Ingram possesses. That comes with a lot of hard work. But this guy can score over smaller defenders. He's creative enough to draw contact against bigger guys and use that quickness. He's always been a scorer, but his playmaking ability over the past couple seasons, that's something that's growing and is giving them a chance to be very competitive.
Now, here's Adebayo. And a wide open look for Hero. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins.
Well, the catch and shoot is where Tyler Hero excels.
Quickly the bounce pass. Barnes the screen. Dick passes to Barnes. And the officials call a traveling violation.
Yeah, that's a tough one. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
The Heat trail by 3. Mitchell passes to Adebayo. And Pirtle sends it back. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Pirtle. Here's Mitchell. He has yet to score. Blocked again. Wiggins outside. Just 5 to shoot. Wiggins a screen on Ingram. There's the 3. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Stolen by Hero. Mitchell outside. Shot and game clock separated by 5. From the arc. And Tyler Hero gets the 3. Hero's got 9 points.
You can tell Tyler Hero has put some hours in shooting the rock.
Over to the left wing. Pirtle nails the 16-footer.
Well, you like guys who can work that in-between area. Really keeps the defense honest.
Oh, man, that is just easy for him out there. At his size with that kind of touch, that is money.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. The Raptors. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And what do you guys think about the Raptors here so far in this one?
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
Anderson is out there with Kevin Love. Then there's Jaime Jaquez. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Ware in at the 5 down low. That's the group on the floor for Miami. So here's Burks after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. Hands it from downtown.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Got to fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation. Now, that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Now, here's Burks to the inside. Ware kicks to Burks. Clock at 6. Pass to Ware. No one near him. And the shot goes in. Ware's got his first points of the game.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Abaji, the pass to Boucher. Here's Abaji. And a miss there on the triple.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Ware. Boucher defending. Pass to Ware. Here's Jaquez. Hasn't made one yet. Near the 3-point line, it's Love. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Outside, Barrett. And Barrett slams it in.
And Barrett will give you these kind of flashes. He got up that time.
Burks looking around. The NBA scoring explosion, Brent, hasn't slowed down. We're getting record-setting offenses, it seems like, every single season.
Yeah, Kevin, lots of factors going into that. Obviously, more three-pointers being taken and figuring out the math of the game. But let's give credit to the players and the work that they're doing in the offseason in terms of getting better with their skill to be able to shoot that basketball and seek out the most efficient shot on the court.
And Miami has possession after Toronto at the three-pointer.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. For Toronto, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Barrett kicks to Boucher. And Ware pulls it down. Love outside. Burks against Barrett. Love wide open. He fires. And the Heat get another bucket right there.
Yeah, Kevin Love in a good rhythm there from the mid-range makes the job of the defense a lot harder when he's knocking that down.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Now, here's Burks. 5 points in the game. And he jams it with authority.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Here is Love. Pass to Burks. Back to Love. Here's Ware. Love kicks to Ware. That ball, great assist by Love. Ware's got the lead up to 4 now for the Heat.
Yeah, Love can scan the floor. He's always looking for the late cutter and patient with that decision.
Bucket is good.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Pass to Love. The tray. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And it's Love with the ball for the Miami Heat. Here's Ware from downtown. It's good from long range. Ware's got 9 points in the quarter.
Remember when big men shooting threes were as rare as a Sasquatch, and now those big guys are everywhere.
Mobo can't hit. The Heat leading by 5. Love kicks to Burks. And the Heat, another 3.
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
Is with the wide. What a play! Simply trains it in at the buzzer.
What a grand finale to the half. Great shot from distance to give his team the momentum.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. It's been one outstanding game so far from Alec Burks.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
So the Raptors 5 right now. Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Emmanuel quickly out there with Dick. And it's Ingram in at the small forward. The Heat leading by 12. Here's Heisman. Still yet to score. Now Ingram. Pass to Barnes. Fires the 3. And Ingram the bucket on the assist by Barnes.
They expect Brandon Ingram to give them a constant inside-outside threat. He's got to go ahead from three-point line whenever he wants it.
Mitchell passes to Adebayo. The top of the key jumper is on the mark.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Pass to Hero. And there's another one for the Heat.
The offense just opens up if your playmaker comes from that 4 or 5 spot, and Bam does such a great job of it.
Well, Brent, since entering the NBA, Tyler Hero has been a constant scoring threat.
Yeah, Kevin, the scoring for Tyler Hero is always going to be there. He is a bucket, but the defensive improvement and really just the physicality that he needs to play with. Those are areas that Tyler could shore up a little bit to make sure he's on the floor for some of the biggest moments of a season.
Here's Mitchell. Over to the wing. Pirtle with the steal. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, if you want to win, of course, playing both ends of the floor is essential. Former Defensive Player of the Year, Draymond Green, says, we've seen teams for years make the mistake of thinking they could put a great offense out there and win. You run up against a team that's just competent offensively, but they play defense, you're going to lose. Kevin?
Got the 1-2 punch as Draymond talks about. Man, that is something tough to get by. BA thanks. Back to Dick. Shot clock at 6. That's good, and it's Ingram with the assist. Dick's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And that is why this team has Grady Dick, a floor spacer coming into the league with an elite three-point shot.
Wiggins sets a screen for Hero. They can't stop the run with that one. Raptors trail by 6. Ingram attacking. Here's Barnes. Takes it off the glass. And that's now 7 points for Barnes.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
Yeah, coaching staff probably loves this, just grinding out defensive possessions, which is helping them get back into their offensive flow.
No one near Adebayo as he lets it go. Miami no good on that time either. Toronto's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Here's Ingram. They get it again. Here's Barnes. Pass to Dick. Ingram outside. And again, it's Toronto converting.
Yeah, right now, Brandon Ingram is just taking command of the entire game.
And a wide open look here for Wiggins. And Pirtle pulls it down. For the tie, here's Barnes. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Tyler Hero picks one up.
The defender all over it.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Miami.
The three-pointers and how well they're able to shoot them. You wonder if they can keep it up, and boy, have they.
And you want to talk about ball distribution. They've been dominating that aspect of the game. I think there's a bunch of bankers out there. They're dropping dime after dime.
And it's tied up with that one. The 2022 Rookie of the Year, Scotty Barnes, GA, had a terrific rookie year, as we know. His second year may have fallen off a little bit.
Yeah, it was a bit stagnant for Scotty, but man, he had a monster third year, making his first All-Star game. The playmaking of Barnes especially took a leap. He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot. And just Shakespearean there, a smart read. Saw the defense was collapsing inside, so he wisely pulled up from the outside and drilled it.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Pass to Walter. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. It's Barrett on the wing, defended by Anderson. No one near Boucher as he lets it go. Misses the 3. Love deciding where to go with it. Brandon Ingram. He's been the guy making things happen for the Raptors. What a quarter that saw them generate a great... And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. Toronto's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark. Shooting the 3-ball well. Alec Burks is out there with Jaime Jaquez. Then there's Kevin Love. Then there's Anderson. And it's Ware in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Burks for 3. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball game.
Pass to Boucher. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Burks kicks to Love. Here's Ware. Second shot opportunity. Misses from short range. Toronto trailing. To the middle. Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. No good there. Heat have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Adebayo is checked in for Love. Andrew Wiggins comes in for Anderson. Heroes checked in for Jaime Jaquez. And Davion Mitchell's subbed in for Alec Burks. Here's Ware, and that one is hammered home.
Oh, I dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. Dick passes to Purdy. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And, folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like
Play is under video review under NBA rules. 2 minutes are allowed to review.
Officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And Miami making a change here. Burks is checked in.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Back to Ingram. It's Dick on the wing. And Tyler Hero gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Ingram a screen on Burks. Quickly the pass to Ingram. Just 5 on the clock. Count that one.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
Here's Hero. Right wing. Adebayo the screen. Here's Ware. He's covered by Ingram. Wiggins from outside. Drills it from outside. And the Heat lead by 5.
And Wiggins committed to help the team out offensively. Big shot.
It's deflected. .37 left in the 4th quarter. Here's Ware. The Heat need to get a shot off.
On the flash, Tyler Hero makes his way to the inside. Nice use of his athleticism.
Here's Ingram. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
Well, Ingram's going to come through when it's crucial. He did so there.
Here's Ware. Out to the right wing. Ingram against Adebayo. Over Barnes. And there's another one for the Heat.
And they needed that shot from Adebayo, just bailing them out on that possession.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
And you can't make any mistakes right here if you want to keep hope alive. Their execution has to be precise. This is why you love Brandon Ingram.
Burks against Quickly. Burks' shot is good.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Pass to Dick. Out to Ingram. This one for 3. And Ware pulls it down. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Heat. From deep, Adebayo connects from 3-point range. And now it's a 9-point Heat lead
making every effort to put this game on ice.
Loved it. The guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Knocked loose. Ingram with the steal. The 3-ball. It's off. And so it's Miami winning this one. It was much appreciated, David. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our
Fantastic group of passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps the whole team involved. And I'll tell you what, I just love watching teams that can pass like this.
So let's take a look at the starters for Toronto. Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Grady Dick out there with Emmanuel Quickly. And it's Ingram in at the 3, the small forward. And that one's good. Quickly.
Yeah, there's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Here's Smart. And he drains the quick shot. The Raptors have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Ingram, the pass to Dick. Back to Ingram. Barnes the screen. Ingram finds Barnes. Pulls up on the wing. Sarr pulls it in.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
After their title in 2019, the Raptors have struggled to stay among the league's elite scores.
Well, think about it, PA. The driver of that title success was Kawhi Leonard and Kyle Lowry. Both of those players are gone. Very hard to replace players of that caliber. Almost inevitable they were going to take a step back.
Middleton, no good. Here's Toronto with the ball. Here's Ingram. That one's good. And it's Barnes with the assist.
Anytime Ingram gets a look that close in, it's a great trip down the floor.
And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
A brilliant dunk, and he hangs up there for a while, too.
Like he's posing for the camera. He's just hanging out, posing for pictures, just making himself at home. Now here's Ingram. There's a screen from 20 feet. Here's Dick. Uses the glass on the layup.
And this is something this guy takes pride in, capitalizing on second chance opportunities.
Here's Smart. Outside Koulibaly. Bay with a screen. And that one's good. Koulibaly.
Well, you have to admire how Smart is running this offense right now. He has a knack for spotting open teammates.
All right, let's kick it over to Allie, who had a chance to talk with head coach Brian Keefe.
We got to talking about Brandon Ingram, and I asked how Coach thought they might limit him tonight. Coach told me, well, there's nothing we can do about his size and his length, so we're hoping just to frustrate him and keep him off balance by getting up in his business and contesting shots. Hopefully that plan pans out for them. Guys?
Allie, thank you. Quickly passes to Dick. Ingram deciding where to go with it. Over Middleton. The shot by Ingram, no good.
And for him, that's a great look. Expect him to go right back to it if it's available.
No doubt. Very good play calls, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
To the paint. Tipped. Pass to Dick for the finish. And it's rejected.
And as Sarr gets older, he'll learn how to use his length even more.
Ingram with the ball. From deep. Knocks it down from distance. Ingram's got 7 points in the game. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Raptors.
I must say their defensive intensity has been impressive so far, really making it hard for the offense to hold on to the ball.
And boy, have they started out quick, running the floor, taking advantage of their speed.
The Raptors with a lead. Outside Dick, back to Ingram. Plenty of room to knock down that one. 9 points in the game.
Nice touch from the mid-range. Ingram looking confident, rising up and shooting from there.
Outside Koulibaly. Here's the 3. Washington again can't hit. And so it's Ingram with it. He brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
You can see how well Scotty Barnes moves on a basketball floor. I mean that north and south, and what hops this young man has.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. They set the pick, and here's Ingram outside, and that one goes. He's shooting 5 of 9. 9 in this one. Wizards trail by 8. Pass to Koulibaly. Bay against Barnes. It's blocked! Quickly deciding where to go with it. It could go. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's Toronto, up by a healthy. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. You know, you take a look at the Raptors' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
It's all about the strong inside-out game in the first period. It really helped them get some clean looks down low.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
Jordan Poole out there with Malcolm Brogdon. Then it's Rashawn Holmes. Then it's Kispert. And it's Carrington in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards.
This is a relentless scorer who is unafraid to work on the inside. In the paint, RJ making his presence felt.
Here's Carrington. Sinks it from distance. Carrington's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And if you're a longtime Washington Wizards fan, you have to be pining for the glory days, Doris.
And think how far back those glory days were, the 1970s. Back then they made 4 finals and won 1 championship. But since that point, BA, they haven't even made a conference finals. And yet again, they are in a rebuild. Incredible.
Here's Abaji. No made baskets yet. Pass to Mobo. Over to the wing. 6 on the shot clock. From the elbow. Second chance shot. And it's good on the layup. Mobo's gotten his first points in this one.
The defense getting out-hustled on the putback. Can't let that happen.
You have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box out.
And an emphatic jam on the lob.
The best way to get a clean look is with those quick hitters on the break.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Now here's Kispert. And the foul called on R.J. Barrett. That's his first foul of the game.
These calls can be so difficult for officials to make.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Kispert, the pass to Holmes. Oh, it's Holmes with the big jam.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
And he recovers it. Poole outside. Outside for Brogdon. Clock at 4. Second shot opportunity. The second effort. Holmes. They shoot again. Outside Brogdon. Pass to Carrington. And here's Kispert from the arc. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot. Well, Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint, but if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
Wow, you don't see him left alone very often, and of course, he makes good use of it.
Now Holmes. Pass to Carrington. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. Toronto has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. And he makes it. Barrett's gotten 4 this quarter.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
Here's Carrington. That one's good. This game is all even.
If you want to talk about an NBA player who has poise and vision, that's Malcolm Brogdon doing work with the pass. That is nicely done.
Coaches loving the ball movement.
Washington has gotten 6 of 11 threes to go in this game. To the right side. Poole outside. Pass to Carrington from behind the arc. Oh, his shooting remains on point. 3 for 4 thus far.
The three-point shot has been his weapon of choice this quarter.
Here's Mobo. Oh, his shooting remains on point. 3 for 4 thus far. Washington has gotten 7 of 12 three-point attempts to fall. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Well, instead of forcing it all the way to the cup, he just goes with that little teardrop.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Wizards.
Yeah, I love the energy and aggressiveness I've seen from them on defense. They're really getting after it with all these blocks.
Yeah, something else they've done well, causing havoc on the defensive end. Keep their energy up. Not easy to do for 4 quarters.
And that makes him 3 for 4. He's looking good.
R.J. Barrett, a clever penetrator. He's got a number of different moves to get where he wants to go on the drive.
Brogdon feeling it out a bit. They set a pick. 3-pointer Kispert. It's hauled in by the Raptors. 20 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Here's Agbaji. Knocks down the long J. Agbaji's got 5 points now in the quarter.
That's 2 things right there for R.J. Barrett. It's awareness and unselfishness. Pretty pass.
Inside. Here's Holmes. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Holmes has got his second basket of the game.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. It's the Raptors up by 1. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Boy, this has been one outstanding game from Brandon Ingram.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
So for Toronto right now, Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Emmanuel quickly is out there with Dick, and it's Ingram in at the 3. Now here's Ingram. And the officials call a traveling violation.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
Washington trailing. Doris, you look at this Washington team. They hit the reset button.
B.A., I am sure that's not an easy decision to make, but I believe it was the right move. Washington was kind of stuck at that play-in level. Now they have a clear focus and direction on the future. May take some time, but I like the plan.
Here's quickly, following the bucket by the Wizards. The shot by Ingram, no good. Washington's gone 7 of 13 from downtown so far in this game. Smart for 3. Pirtle grabs a miss. Toronto has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Very pretty alley-oop. And the Raptors lead by 1.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Every time I watch Saw, I'm just amazed at how light off the floor he is.
And Chris Middleton gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Off the inbound. And a slam dunk by Ingram. Here in the second half, this game's still nip and tuck.
Just an insane amount of lead changes. The fans are getting their money's worth.
Now here's Bay. He's got 5. Sarr misses. Barnes with it. Outside Dick. Ingram on the wing. Will not go. Misses off the front iron. And so it's Bay who brings up the ball for the Washington Wizards. They trail by 1. Connects from downtown.
I mean, I guess they're willing to give him that shot. They may want to rethink that strategy, though.
Now here's Ingram. 14 points for him. Count that one. Ingram's got 16 points now.
Yeah, Ingram is having a great night so far, playing passionate offense and finding lots of quality looks.
Here's Sarr. Kicks it out to Smart. The three is up. Goes up again. The shot that time not on target. Some solid defense from Ingram. For Toronto, they've gone 3 of 5 from the field in this third quarter. Kicks it out to Barnes. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. That free throw good from Barnes. Wizards trail by 3. Here's the pick. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a three-point play. That's on Jakob Poeltl. Washington shooting their second attempt at the line tonight. The Raptors have gone 4 of 6 from the floor in this third quarter. Picked by Poeltl. Here's Ingram. Sarr pulls it in.
Almost too wide open there. That's like a warm-up jumper for him.
Kicks it out to Smart. Pass to Bay. Here's Sarr. It's stolen by Poeltl. And here comes the break. Barnes passes to Dick. Ingram with the ball. .11 left to play in the third quarter here. 8 makes out of 15 shots. He's got it going. Washington has gone 1 of 4 here in the third from range. Smart outside. Pass to Sarr. Middleton with a screen on Poeltl. Sarr. Rebound Toronto. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And a fast break now for the Raptors. And here's Ingram from the arc. They get it back. Goes back up. Count it. Poeltl's got his first points of the game.
This team loves it when Poeltl can make an impact on the offensive glass. There's a lot of ways he can get his points, but this is an easy one.
Now here's Bay. 5 points in the game. And the three-pointer goes.
Can't give those openings defensively. He'll just keep exploiting them.
Here's Ingram driving in. Some solid defense from Koulibaly.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
It's out of bounds. Last touch by Sarr.
Hurts to see that kind of mistake. Coach is going to be on him about that one.
There's 14 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Abaji. And again, Toronto, no good. Johnson passes to Brogdon. Here's Carrington. Buried from out.
There will be 2 minutes to review the play.
Quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play. They're trying to see if he released the ball before the buzzer or not.
And the video is going to be sent.
That takes us to the end of the third quarter. What a game. Neither team giving ground. It's Washington. They lead by a bucket. All right, we're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of quarter number 4 next. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. But this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. They've got Rashawn Holmes. Johnson is out there with Malcolm Brogdon. Then there's Corey Kispert, and it's Carrington in at the small forward. That's the group for Washington right now. Raptors trail by 3.
First team foul.
Pass to Abaji. Right side Barrett. Drives to the hoop. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
And this is a player who understands when the game is hanging in the balance. He knows it's winning time.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game. And that one was easy.
Boy, when it's this close, you try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to do better defensively.
Pass to Carrington. Over Barrett. And another basket for Washington.
Well, Malcolm Brogdon is a capable shooter from distance. We know how efficient he is, but boy, does that set up the passing game pretty.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
Here's Brogdon. Here's Carrington. Pass to Kispert. And now the Raptors on the break. Walter from outside. Oh, again, Toronto with a triple. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Toronto.
Well, their D has been a major story tonight. I mean, those steals and putting pressure on the ball, clogging the passing lanes, impressive.
And another theme in this game, to me, guys, has been how lethal they've been in transition. Attack on the break and make sure you convert.
Holmes, good.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
I'll tell you, we have seen great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
Barrett against Johnson. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make, and here comes the coach's challenge. He disagrees with the first personal foul. To ask for a second look. It's a pretty heated game. Every call matters.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look. So the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Brian Keefe was saying to the team. First and foremost, he wants to see more points in the break. He asked his team, where's the urgency? We know what we can do in transition. Now let's go out and do it. We'll see if they can pick up the tempo, guys.
And Allie, thanks. Sarr passes to Middleton. Driving in. There's the triple. Sarr misses.
I understand why he took the shot. They need the points, but that's just not a good look.
And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here.
Extremely fortunate they didn't lose the ball there.
Toronto making a switch here. Ingram's checked in. Barnes passes to Ingram. Over Middleton. And again, no good by Toronto. And it's Middleton finishing it off.
This continues to be a battle. The lead is within reach.
Yeah, but that's been elusive. They've missed a few plays along the way that they'd love to have back.
They get it again. Pirtle. And the dunk by Pirtle.
How about they look to Pirtle in a critical stretch and he comes through. The pressure bringing out his best.
Here's Middleton. Rebounded by Ingram. Toronto leading by 4. Kicks it out to Barnes. 1:25 left in the game. And it's quickly with a miss. For Washington, they've gotten 5 of their 7 shots to fall. Oh, hey! How about that?
Well, I absolutely love that pass from Marcus Smart. Almost like a sixth sense relative to where his teammate was.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching the line on that one. Outside Koulibaly. Tries the spin move. Pass to Sarr. He shoots. And again, Toronto, no good.
He's trying to find his shot, but at some point you have to start making these.
First team foul.
Washington has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Middleton. May with it. Now quickly defending. Smart for 3. And connects from downtown.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
Now, I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment. Scotty Barnes, big-time delivery. Big spot, young man. Yes, sir.
Outside Koulibaly. Here's Bay. Rebound Toronto. 20 seconds left in the game. Quickly outside. And an intentional foul right there.
Chris Middleton. Second personal foul. Third team foul.
There's 14 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
Fourth team foul.
He hits the first one, and that'll put him up 2. The Wizards making a switch here. And so both free throws good, and it's a 3-point game.
That last free throw was a huge, huge shot. The difference between a 2 and a 3-point lead at this stage is major.
Here's Koulibaly. Oh, and he can't make the shot to force overtime. So a close game sees Toronto taking this one.
So here's Miami's starting group. They've got Wiggins, Hero out there with Mitchell. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Ware in at the center position. And for the Wizards, Jordan Poole is out there with Smart. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then it's Koulibaly. And it's Sarr in at the 5 down low.
Most of Sarr's best work is done at the rim. Look at him just throwing it down with ease.
To the paint.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Just, Dan, you can talk about this. We always hear about heat culture, the Miami franchise, from top to bottom. Everybody is all in and focused in one direction.
Yeah, Kevin, I think that is the greatest strength the Heat have had as an organization, is they are all on the same page. And I think they've done it in large part is they have great continuity. If you just look up and down their staff, guys have been there forever. And that allows them to have a very consistent culture.
And teams have tried to copy that, and it's been very hard, hasn't it?
Well, it's been hard because the part they leave out is the consistency part. You can't build that kind of culture when you're making changes with your coaching staff and your front office every 2 to 3 years.
And here is Hero, following the three-pointer by Chris Middleton. From past the arc, and Chris Middleton pulls it down. The Wizards have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. The kick out to Poole. Middleton with a screen for Poole. Over Mitchell. Poole no good. He'd have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Pass to Hero. Wiggins from outside. A three-pointer is right on target. Wiggins has got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Heat. Poole, the pass to Smart. In the corner, it's Koulibaly. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Hero with it. Now guarded by Middleton. Fires away from way outside. And Sarr pulls it down.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking them up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
Greg, it's not the first skill you think about, but Jordan Poole is unreal at the foul line.
I mean, led the league in 22 at 92.5%, beating out teammate Steph Curry by 0.2%. Poole's always been amongst the league leaders in attempts.
Got a piece of it. Mitchell outside. He nails it, and we're tied up.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Brian Keefe. David.
I asked Coach about facing off against Bam Adebayo, and he told me the dangerous thing about Bam is his versatility. He's able to play different roles for his team depending on the matchup. And that versatility makes it difficult to game plan against him. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated.
And he has a knack to score on the move. Wiggins stays in control even when he's at full speed.
The 3 from Poole. Rebound by the Heat. Ware's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Greg, they're in a rhythm offensively, really cooking.
And the opposition looks helpless to stop them right now.
Fires from deep. Hero, no good.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
Tough shot from Bam, but man, he is so capable of knocking down that mid-range.
And Middleton kicks to Smart. Back to Middleton. Poole against Hero. They need this. Here's Sarr. Tries it again. Puts the move on. And Sarr throws it down.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush. Perfect.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the boards.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Koulibaly, no good. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Heat. It's a 5-point game. They set the pick. And here's Mitchell from the arc. Rebound by the Wizards. Here's Koulibaly. There's the drive. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Miami.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And also, guys, they're playing for one another right now. All those extra passes are leading to easy buckets.
Sadiq Bey is out there with Corey Kispert. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon. Then there's Rashawn Holmes. And it's Carrington in at the shooting guard position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Wizards. Every year, Craig, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Pass to Highsmith. Burks in the corner. And again, Miami with the triple.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Here's Carrington. Now Holmes. He tries for 3. Rebound Love. Hawkins outside. Pass to Rozier. Burks a screen on Brogdon. Rozier for 3. It doesn't go for him.
I'm all right with him taking that shot close to the hoop, but really not from long range.
And the way the Wizards like to play, Greg, you can expect them to get out and run.
Yeah, they're young and they can fly, right? They've got speed and athleticism to get up and down the floor. They'll push the tempo as much as you allow.
And there's the call on Malcolm Brogdon. That is his first foul of the game. The Heat making a switch here. Robinson's checked in. So here's Burks. Pass to Robinson. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Burks. Lets it go with a 3. Rebound by the Wizards. Bey into the lane. And Bey throws it down.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Brogdon with it, and Burks picks him up defensively. Here's Carrington. They get it back. Pass to Bey. Kispert wide open. He fires. Buries it from 3-point range. Kispert's got 6 points.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Drops in the tray.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
And sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
1:53 left to play here in the half. Pass to Hawkins. Back to Burks. Unloads. Jump shot is good. And it's a 3-point Heat lead. Washington's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Here's Carrington. Bey wide open, and he fires. And And again, Washington with the triple.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Outside for Robinson. Trains the three-pointer. He's got 6. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Pass to Carrington. Now Kispert. Is defending. They push it up 4-on-3. Burks for 3. Washington with the rebound. Holmes got 6 rebounds in the game. Brogdon kicks to Kispert. Here's Carrington. Guarded by Robinson. Here's Carrington. Off on the layup. 20 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Burks for 3. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got 7 rebounds in the game. Pulls up for 3. Highsmith grabs the miss. Burks for 3. The shot will not fall. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Heat, thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And now, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Runs, please. They're measuring up the shot.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You look at Andrew Wiggins in this game, he's been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. We've got Tyler Hero. Adebayo is out there with Wiggins. Then it's Mitchell, and it's Wynn in at the center, filling out the middle. They stand from 15 feet in. Not many players more dangerous in this NBA than Bam Adebayo.
No, there's not, Kevin. He's got the total package when he gets in the mid-range area on down. He can shoot the mid-range jumper above the rim to finish. He can score with his back to the basket, and he's an outstanding passer.
And we haven't even mentioned his defense, right? Because his defense is off the charts.
Always an all-defense consideration.
Adebayo with the bucket.
Exceptional shooter across the floor. Adebayo has a huge presence with the ball.
Right side, Smart, all alone. And that one is good. Smart's got 5 now. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Pass to Wiggins. There's the pick. Here's Ware. There's the triple. And Sarr pulls it down. Sarr's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Smart passes to Sarr. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Sarr's got the game tied up here for Washington.
Well, Sarr continues to develop that three-point shot, hoping to make it a reliable part of his game.
Miami's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter.
He's going to throw his arm out trying to make a pass of that one.
Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end. And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Wiggins, right side. Again, the Heat, good for 2. Stan, isn't it terrific? We're seeing these great stars in the NBA extending their careers more than ever before.
We certainly are, Kevin, and it's great for the league. The league keeps getting younger, though. These guys come into the league earlier, but I think what players have learned, it's not even just the basketball part. It's the strength and conditioning. It's the nutrition. They've taken care of themselves better, and that allows them to last longer.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Duncan Robinson, he's checked in for the Heat. Here's Carrington, guarded by Robinson. The Heat trail by 3, goes up, and finished off by Robinson.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
The dunk with a foul on top of it, so strong.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. The Wizards have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
Pass to Highsmith. Drills it from outside. Highsmith's got 6.
Nice read from the big guy. Love, his teammates appreciate that selfless attitude.
Here's Carrington, guarded by Robinson. Here's Carrington. 5 points in the game, 5 to shoot. Kispert finds Brogdon. 18 feet out. And it's Miami with the rebound. Love's got his 6th rebound on the night. Outside for Robinson. And stolen by Bay. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. From deep. And another miss by Washington. The Heat have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. And there's the call on Malcolm Brogdon. That's his 4th foul of the contest. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Brogdon.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
The Wizards have gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the 3rd. Here's Carrington. Out to the right wing. The shot's good from Bay. He's got 8.
Well, that's a shot you don't mind him taking. Gets a good look and trusts his shot to knock down the 3.
Over to the wing. Highsmith. And again, it's the Heat missing. Washington leading now by 3. Here's Brogdon. Pass to Carrington. And good. Coming on the assist by Brogdon.
A primary responsibility of Brogdon's. When someone is open on his squad, he gets it to him.
Here's Highsmith. A shot by Burks. Nobody around. And again, it's the Heat missing. It could go. That one doesn't go. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the 3rd quarter. It's been a good one. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. Rashawn Holmes out there with Bay. Then there's Kispert. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon. And it's Carrington in at the shooting guard. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Such a wide open look.
Confident and composed on the 3-point shot at a critical juncture.
Burks against Brogdon. Pass to Carrington. There's the pick. The 3. Miami grabs the miss. Here's Highsmith. 60 seconds off the clock here in the 4th. It's tipped. Brogdon with it. Robinson picks him up. He gets that one.
And this is how confident Brogdon is in his scoring ability. Able to get it done from everywhere.
Shot is good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Love.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to go on Alec Burks. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Wizards.
Well, the defense hasn't done nearly a good enough job of getting back in transition, and they've taken advantage, racking up fast break points against them.
And you also have to applaud how they've been able to create turnovers and then convert those on the offensive end.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Sar's checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Chris Middleton comes in for Sadiq Bey. Koulibaly, he's checked in for Kismet. And Poole subbed in for Malcolm Brogdon.
And it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
And Washington making a change here. Smart's checked in. Adebayo is checked in for the Heat. Hero passes to Ware. Kicks it out to Hero. Stolen by Smart in transition. Here come the Wizards. Back to Koulibaly. Pass to Saar. Nails the wide-open jump shot. Saar's got the lead up to 7 now for the Wizards.
And would you say the offense is coming around for Saar? He is doing it all tonight.
High arcing shot. Washington's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by the Heat. Ware's got 6 rebounds in the game. On the wing, Wiggins. Into the lane. And Wiggins throws it down hard.
And what a powerful player Wiggins can be. Dunks like this remind you of that elite level athleticism.
It's good for his 8th consecutive basket in only 8 tries. Wow.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, with him, he's dangerous because he's so confident. He wants to go.
And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated.
Some of the more difficult calls to make. Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to have a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Jaime Jaquez, he's checked in for the Heat. Burks comes in for Mitchell. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks, guys. Brian Keefe talked to his team during the break. He asked his team to dig deep. He said, I know you're tired, but they're tired too. It's about who can give more than the other guy at this point. Show me what you can give. Back to you.
Thank you, David.
And the pressure just doesn't get to Middleton. In fact, he embraces it, loves the opportunity to take the big shot. And the three-point shot really has been their best friend here tonight.
Well, it's one thing to...
The coach's challenge. Has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
For 2, stop. The plays under video review under NBA rules.
Closer to detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review
showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Brogdon, he's checked in for Washington. The Wizards have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. There's 48 seconds left in the game. Middleton outside. Outside to Brogdon. 5 on the clock. Wizards need to get a shot off here. Here's Smart. And the whistle blows. And it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
And guys, as soon as you start going over and through a rebounder, you're probably going to get whistled for over the back.
Yeah, you can get away with a little bump in the back, but as soon as you lean that much on him, you're going to get called for the foul. Well, he's got to be disappointed that he wasn't able to take the lead, but at least he evened things up.
And they recover it. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Brogdon kicks to Smart. Brogdon scanning the floor. It's in!
That's an excellent bucket there. Not an easy one. That took some creativity.
And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. And talking about the approach now, what are they looking at?
And they've got plenty of time to get a basket.
No doubt, but they might have to draw up something that the defense isn't expecting.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Here's Adebayo. Count!
And he just elevates and powers in the one-hander.
Textbook. And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. Thoughts on what Coach wants to do here?
And with a couple seconds still on the clock, I try to get the ball in as close to the basket as possible. That way, if you miss a quick one, you may have time for a putback to tie it at the buzzer.
And so the big win by Miami in a tight game. This win, such a tremendous emotional... All right, David, thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. With Stan Van Gundy.
Up next, the Heat take it off. It's the NBA on 2K. And the starting lineup for Miami. Mitchell out there with Tyler Hero. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. And it's Ware in at the center position. And for the Raptors, Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Emmanuel Quickley is out there with Grady Dick. And it's Ingram in at small forward. And when you look at the numbers for these teams, Brent, they both pile up assists.
Those are some of the better teams to play for and are the most dangerous in terms of setting up your scheme defensively. Coaching staffs have a really hard time trying to get their team ready against an opponent that moves the ball as often as both of these teams do tonight.
Now here's Ingram. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Well, when he gets around there, because he's so long and so quick off the floor, Brandon Ingram tough to stop.
Here's Wiggins. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Offensive rebound. Pirtle uses the glass to finish the layup.
Oh, beating everyone to the ball. Great activity on the offensive glass.
For Miami, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. Wiggins for 3. Knocks it down from distance. Wiggins has got 5 points.
Well, right now, helping the offense out by creating space. Andrew Wiggins deadly enough from that spot.
Back to Ingram. Kicks it to Quickley. Outside Barnes. Just 5 on the clock. The Raptors need to get off a shot. Here's Ingram. Ingram can't get that one to fall.
Practically a block. Good, strong challenge.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss, that kind of energy not wasted.
After years of competing for championships and winning one, Toronto is suddenly in a rebuild phase, Brent.
Yeah, they had a familiar roster for many years, and then last couple of years a little bit underperforming, trying to find some guys to stabilize where their franchise is going. It's a bit of a reset in Toronto.
Now here's Ingram. He's got 5. Takes it inside. It's not going to go for him. The Heat have gone 3 of 6 from the floor. The deep 3 from Hero. Quickley with the rebound. And so Quickley will bring it up for the Raptors. They trail by 1. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
Well, he's just so long, able to get to that rim pretty quick.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I had a chance to catch up with Darko Rajakovic. I asked him outright if he had a plan for Tyler Hero. Coach let me in on their strategy, saying, quote, "We just have to cause problems for him on defense. Hand in the face, crowd him. Anything to discourage him from taking shots." So he hopes they can keep Tyler quiet by hassling him all night long. Back to you.
Thank you for that, Allie. And Brandon Ingram was the key piece of the Anthony Davis trade. That move changed his career, Brent.
No doubt about it. B.I. won the most improved player of the year in his first season away from the Lakers. So sometimes that change of scenery can open up opportunity and get you a chance to show your excellence.
And they're on the break. Dick with it. Guarded now by Mitchell. Outside Ingram. Pass to Barnes. Barnes the screen. Ingram, the pass to Barnes. Outside for Ingram. Beyond the arc. That's it. Coming off an assist from Barnes. Ingram's got 13.
Right now, Brandon Ingram is just taking command of the entire game.
Hero finds Wiggins. And here in the first.
Oh, man, just
taking you down.
Nice.
That's spectacular. And how about the acrobatics from Andrew Wiggins? Way up that time.
Ingram deciding where to go with it. From the high post. Basket's good. 15 points in the game.
So far, he's a can't-miss player. A superb scorer who plays to his strength.
And the shot's good by Wiggins.
And this is Wiggins having one of those nights where he's earning it all. Monster game right here.
Ingram on the wing. 51 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Going inside. Rebound Miami.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
It's stolen by Barnes. Ingram against Adebayo. And that one's good. Ingram.
And gotta love the long, long arms of Brandon Ingram.
Heat trail by 3. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Hits the three-pointer.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
16 seconds left in the first quarter. Ingram against Adebayo, and there's the call. It's on Bam Adebayo. That's his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Here's quickly. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Ingram up top. Barnes with a screen on Adebayo. No good on the buzzer beater. A big-time effort for Brandon Ingram. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in this second quarter. All right, what stands out to you from Toronto in this one?
Well, there's no reason to take risky shots when you can collect points at the rim.
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
On the court for Miami here in the second. They've got Alec Burks. He's out there with Jaime Jaquez. And it's Jovic in at the 4.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Some solid defense from Barrett.
Let's be honest, that's not a shot he should be taking.
No, he should know better. He knows that's not his game, which is why we don't see him take that shot often.
Outside for Love. Here's Jaquez. Three-pointer, no good. Toronto trailing. All right, Brent, let me ask you a very important question. What exactly is Heat culture?
BA, Heat culture is about toughness and competitiveness. And if you step into that building, you better make sure that you're ready to be pushed and push to limits that, as a professional player, not a lot of other teams are willing to go. As soon as they find guys who enjoy that, and I'm not going to say torture, but it's close, those are the kind of guys who make it in Miami.
Here's Abaji. He's scoreless. Walter can't get it to go. Miami has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Miami, no good that time either.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
And the basket by Boucher. And the Raptors lead by 2.
That was execution to perfection. Textbook transition offense.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Now here's Boucher. And he can't sink that one. He's 2 for 4 in the contest. Pass to Jovic. The 3. Rebound Toronto.
That's his shot. And one, I'm sure, he wants back.
Here's Walter. Back to Barrett. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Using some muscle there on the finish. I like seeing Barrett be active inside.
Burks passes to Love. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Pass to Highsmith. Shot clock at 5. Jovic. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. Jovic has got 5 now. Well, it's certainly been a roller coaster ride.
You do me one, I'll do you one better. It feels like we have a lead change every few possessions.
Here's Barrett. No luck on that one. Miami's gone 6 of 14 from the perimeter tonight. And a homecoming of sorts for R.J. Barrett last season after being traded to his hometown Raptors.
Yeah, he's played well in Toronto. You wonder if the offseason helps him settle into where it is that he knows he's going to start this year. I really like his three-point shooting. That has been much improved in that Raptor uniform.
Stolen by Burks. Lets the three fly. Sinks the tray. And it's a 4-point Heat lead. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Miami.
Well, their hands resulting in plenty of steals in the early going, keeping the opposition there off balance.
Well, they've really attacked off of the turnovers, so leaking out and capitalizing on fast break stuff.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw. Well, Brent, as you know, finding success in the NBA is largely dependent on the situation.
BA, you're hitting the nail on the head. You can't get frustrated as a player, especially a young one that comes into the league and doesn't have an opportunity right away to play. You've got to work on your skills, stay confident, and at some point when you get your opportunity, whether it's the team you're with or in a trade, you're going to have a chance to show that you belong in the league.
Now here's Boucher. 7 points in the game. Pass to Agbaji. Takes the three. Drops in the three. Agbaji's got his first 3 points of the game.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Novic's shot is off. The Raptors with a lead. Here's Walter. Boucher outside. He connects, and now he's 4 for 6 in today's game. Miami has gone 7 for 17 from three-point range so far in this matchup. Can they get it? And Burks lays it in. Burks has got 5 points in the quarter.
Nice offense here. Close in. Great bet to go.
Here's Boucher. And finished off by Boucher.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man. And he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
Outside for Love. Banked it in off the glass.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Boucher down low. Here's Mobo. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. It's the Raptors. They lead by a bucket. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break. In that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Boy, this has been one outstanding game from Brandon Ingram.
He's been on the attack, playing hard and going right to the rim.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Grady Dick out there with Emmanuel Quickly. And it's Ingram in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Hero with the bucket.
And that's what Hero is. He's a shot maker, a guy who figures out ways to put the ball into the bucket.
Quickly passes to Ingram. Takes a 3. Nice shot there, making him 8 for 13.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the Buckets.
The offensive rebound. Adebayo. Another shot. And another shot. And he takes it up and lays it in. Adebayo's got 5 points.
Bam grabs the board, and then Bam knows what to do.
Barnes with a screen on Adebayo. Ingram, the pass to Barnes. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
He's undersized for a 4, but his hops level the playing field.
Pass to Dick. Launches it. Adebayo grabs the board. Adebayo's got 4 rebounds in the game. Lets it go from deep. Drains the triple. Give him 8.
Too much to worry about with Bam when he's in the post and on the elbow making plays. And now he's making threes. Wow.
You know, he's 6'9", Brent, would you call Bam Adebayo a small ball center?
If you were standing in front of him, BA, would you do that? I don't know if I want to do that. I want to ask Bam what he wants to be called. Whether it's center or forward, it doesn't really much matter. This guy can play both ends of the floor and can dominate a game. He's got great strength, great length, and continues to grow his game.
Now here's Ingram. 23 points in the game. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Barnes, it's good. Barnes has got 4 points this quarter.
And Brandon Ingram at that size, able to survey the entire floor and make a play.
Adebayo up top. The kick out to Wiggins. Adebayo, a screen on Ingram. Back to Adebayo. Shot clock at 6. Oh, rejected by Pirtle. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. Ingram, the pass to Pirtle. Here's Barnes. It's hauled in by the Heat. Ware's got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's Adebayo. Pass to Wiggins. Hero outside. Back to Wiggins. For the lead. It's rebounded by Dick.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
And here's Ingram from the arc. And he gets it to go again. He's connected on 10 of 15 now.
Brandon Ingram at that size constantly has a shooting window that's open.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
And so quickly we'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. It's a 3-point game. Now here's Ingram. Pass to Dick. Back to Ingram. Tries again. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
A line change here for Toronto. Burks passes to Love. Outside Jaquez. Pass to Jovic. Fires in the triple. Jovic has got 8.
Impressive offensive versatility for big. He can show you a variety of looks.
Bobo tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Miami has gone 3 of 5 from downtown here in the second half. Burks passes to Jovic. For the lead. Abaji with a rebound. Toronto's gone 2 for 5 from 3 since halftime. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Left side Love. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Well, using some of that size and strength inside to gain advantage was Kevin Love that time.
Here's Barrett to stop the run. Rebound by the Heat. Outside Jaquez. And a nice finish on the layup. And now a 4-point Miami lead.
Soft interior D, and they've exploited it.
Here's Barrett. And that's not going to go. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third. Both teams putting up some point. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dive. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Setting the floor for the Heat. Jaime Jaquez out there with Alec Burks. Then there's Kevin Love. And it's Highsmith in at the 3, the small forward.
Well, the D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from three-point range, and he shows us why still. I expect him to make one of those.
Here's Barrett. And he banks in the layup.
Win or lose, This is the fight you want to see from your players.
A great example out here of just a no-quit team continuing to compete until the final buzzer.
Now here's Burks. Pass to Jovic. Clock at 6. From downtown, he buries it from 3.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. Launches a 3. Love grabs the miss. Love's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Jovic. Gets it. He's 6 for 10 and looking confident out there.
In crunch time, trying to get the foul, the bucket, or both.
Pass to Abaji. Barrett with it. Out of bounds. It'll be Heat ball. So Toronto ends up going with a new group. Heat leading by 5. Wiggins with a screen on quickly. From deep, Mitchell. Pure from three-point range.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Now here's Ingram. Wiggins with a steal. He shoots it. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Toronto's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Adebayo against Ingram. Dick, the pass to quickly. To the paint. Here's Barnes. Oh, he got him with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for Miami. They lead by 8. Biggest lead of the game.
And just totally relentless. Only increasing the intensity level.
And he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And here are the Raptors now. Miami making their last shot. Ingram, the pass to quickly. Shot to stop the run. Miami grabs the miss. Ware's got 5 rebounds tonight. Adebayo from long range. Rebound Toronto. Pass to Ingram. Quickly from outside. That one's good on the sweet setup by Ingram. Ingram's got 3 assists in the game.
Yeah, we all raise our eyebrows to the scoring, but Ingram is an assist getter.
Now here's Wiggins. Puts it up. Can't nail the jumper.
Good shot, gone bad. Gotta finish there.
Barnes passes to Ingram. Three-pointer off the mark. Heat leading by 7. Hero with it. Now quickly defending. Pulls up. And right through it goes. Wiggins has got 20 points.
Hero knowing about the whens and the wheres for an assist.
Now Adebayo. Counted from distance. And now a 12-point Heat lead.
And there's no way this margin gets closed down. Great execution of a game plan and a nice win here for the Heat.
They were the more accurate club. And in the end, that made the difference, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., you have to love their strategy. And even more, you love the execution.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Andrew Wiggins.
And guys, I just felt he was tremendous tonight. His energy infected his teammates, and the wrecking ball on both ends.
And here's Ingram from the arc. Miami grabs the miss. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Adebayo against Ingram. Fires from deep. And Adebayo with the 3. And the Heat lead by 12.
And they came in here with some attitude, and it brought out their best play.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line, a chance at a 3-point play.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome balance there from Ingram on the play, even after the contact, able to absorb it.
And Mitchell puts up a deep three. And so Miami takes the win. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
stretch recently and are hoping to turn things around in this one.
Yeah, it's a new opportunity. And Kevin, I expect each side to be hungry and motivated to get this win. And if not, the struggles will continue.
And now Washington's starting group. Jordan Poole is out there with Smart. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then it's Sarr. And it's Koulibaly in at the three.
And that's how you have to defend him out there on the three-point line. Played him perfectly.
Quickly kicks to Barnes. Over Sarr. And Sarr pulls it down.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And Sarr throws it down.
How about Sarr? Just ridiculous athleticism for a 7-footer.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Darko Rajakovic and I got a chance to talk for a little bit. Now, the two of us talked about how important it is to make sure Chris Middleton doesn't get going. Coach said he's an all-star caliber player for a reason. Now, I told our guys to make sure we know where he is on the floor at all times. Now, it sounds like they respect and are aware just how impactful Middleton can be. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, thanks. And the Wizards with possession after the miss from Jakob Poeltl. A shot by Middleton, wide open. Off target from outside.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
With every passing season, Quickly's role seems to expand.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, he's had to prove himself over and over. And now that he has, I don't think you find nearly as many doubters as he had when he first came into the league.
Here's Middleton. Brandon Ingram picking up that last bucket. Sarr gets the bucket.
Well, Sarr continues to develop that three-point shot, hoping to make it a reliable part of his game.
Quickly the pass to Dick. Barnes outside. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Takes it inside. Oh, and the dunk by Barnes.
All right, Scotty Barnes showing us you want to be in the dunk contest, young sir.
And here's Poole for three. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Poeltl dishes to Ingram. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, and the defenders just came flying in there. Ingram, though, he'll take it.
GA, when it comes to the Wizards, they have a pretty spotty draft record over the past decade.
Kevin, it's tough to get things right in the draft. Plus, they have just had poor lottery luck, only selecting higher than 8th once in the last decade. But they have passed on some superstar-level talent.
The Raptors shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. The free throw drops for Poeltl. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That is his first foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
And here are the Raptors now, trailing by 2. Barnes against Middleton. Now here's Ingram. Defense right on him. Tries again. And here's Barnes for 3.
And there's the length of Chris Middleton on full display. Great timing as well.
On the wing, Koulibaly. Oh, good with the triple.
Well, they are daring him to miss, and he obliges.
And here's Ingram from the arc. It's good from long range. Ingram's got 6.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Sarr with it. Defended by Poeltl.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
Woo, one of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now, here's Quickly. That's a 2 from Barnes. Trying to get open is Dick.
That's big-time length and athleticism by Scotty Barnes, leaving no doubt.
Middleton with it. Now guarded by Ingram. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Quickly against Smart. Nobody near Barnes. That 3 off the mark. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for the Washington Wizards. Smart gets to Middleton. Outside, Smart. Middleton outside. 6 to shoot. Here's Koulibaly. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton.
It really helps their team so much with Middleton's passing with effectiveness, and it helps him out as a scorer. He's that much harder to defend.
And here's Ingram from the arc. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Here's Koulibaly. And it's off from three-point range. Toronto's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Here's Ingram. Nice spin off the left rim and in. 11 points in the game.
And you see the polish from Ingram as a scorer from every level. His versatility is a boon for this offense. And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
And the last second attempt does not go in for him. Brandon Ingram. He's been the guy making things happen. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And what do you guys think about the Raptors here so far in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
They've got Robinson. R.J. Barrett is out there with Walter. And it's Mobo in at the 4-man position. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter. Bay wide open, and he fires. Toronto grabs the miss. Stolen by Kispert. Here's Carrington. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Carrington's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Robinson misses. Wizards leading by 3. Brogdon looking it over. Pass to Kispert. There's a good screen.
Robinson. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Here's Carrington. 5 to shoot. It seems every season, Doris, we have players speak out on being unhappy with their role.
Well, consider, Kevin, that if you're one player on a roster in the NBA, how coveted each of those spots are, but also how competitive they are. You don't get there without that nature, which means you want to play.
Walter, and the Raptors miss again. Washington's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. A steal. And here's the fast break. Barrett leading the way. Basket counts. Barrett's got his first basket.
R.J. Barrett's instincts make him dangerous in transition. Nicely done.
Holmes, good. And the Wizards lead by 3.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Walter, good.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Pass to Carrington. Shoots. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Carrington's got 5 now. Here's Walter. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Here's Brogdon. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Well, Brogdon showing a little verticality. How about that finish?
Here's Barrett. Connects on the 17-footer. Barrett's got 4 points now in the quarter.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
How about putting it on the deck and going with a level of intention? Malcolm Brogdon on the drive.
Walter can't get it to go. And so it's Brogdon with it. He brings it up for the Wizards. 4-point game. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Wizards.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
And the other thing I love, how they're making the extra pass. They're not settling for the first shot. They're going from good to great.
Here's Carrington. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Back to Kispert. From outside the arc. Mobo with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. To the right side. Right wing. Here's Carrington. Barrett covering for 3. Brogdon. And again, Washington no good. Toronto's gone 1 of 4 from 3-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them.
Boy, Barrett is a natural-born playmaker, understands when to be aggressive and make the right play.
Now, here's Kispert. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Brogdon's got 3 assists now in this one. Right side, Barrett. Robinson sets a screen for Barrett. Driving inside. To the left wing. Pass to Robinson. Shoots the 3. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got 4 rebounds now tonight. To the left side wing. Kispert wide open. He fires. And again, Washington with the triple.
If you want to talk about an NBA player who has poise and vision, that's Malcolm Brogdon doing work with the pass. That is nicely done.
They can close out the quarter if they want to.
It's all about patience right here. Patience and execution. Get a good look.
And here we go. Mobo can't hit. Pass to Carrington. Up in time. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Washington ahead by 9 as the quarter comes. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Brandon Ingram has been sensational.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
And let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Here's who Brian Keefe is starting the second half with. Marcus Smart is out there with Jordan Poole. Then it's Coulibaly. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Sarr in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And we've seen this type of effortless dominance from Ingram before, growing accustomed to carrying the load.
You won't see many better finishes than that. Goes under the bucket, takes the defender completely out of the play.
And DB, the measurables jump off the page for Coulibaly. 6'8", with a 7'2" arm span.
Yeah, that's the kind of length that would allow somebody to be a menace defensively. Let's remember, he was the 7th pick back in 2023. The Wizards clearly very high on this young guy's potential.
And Pirtle sends it back.
Very hard to get a shot off over Jakob Pirtle when he's that tight on you. Too much size, too much length.
Poole against quickly. Middleton for 3. Here's Sarr. Second chance shot. And he lays it up and in. Sarr's got 9 points.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there. Oh, goodness gracious.
Wow, that finish.
Wow.
Here's Ingram. Good, nice job down low. Ingram's got 8 here in the quarter.
And I love it when Ingram works for that high percentage look. Such a high basketball IQ.
Pass to Song. And here's Poole for three. Sinks the triple. Poole's got the lead up to 11 now for the Wizards.
Boy, major defensive lapse on that trip, leaving him all alone in three-point territory, and he drills it.
Dick passes to Ingram, and it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. And the Wizards with possession. Now, Koulibaly. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. The shot. Rebound by the Raptors. Pirtle's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And here's Ingram from the arc. Won't go in for the 6th time in 14 shots tonight. He's made 8. Koulibaly finds Poole. The Wizards working the ball around now. It's Czar, top of the key. Pass to Smart for 3. And Pirtle pulls it down. And here's Ingram from the arc. On his 15th shot attempt, he makes his 9th basket. Shooting a healthy 60% tonight.
Silky three-point shot by Ingram. Just goes to the arc and knocks it down.
Raptors trail by 8. Goes up on the wing. A minute 42 left in the third. And slam dunk by Ingram.
What an athlete Ingram is. Elevates up in the air with such ease for the dunk.
On the wing, Koulibaly. From outside, off the mark. Raptors have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. And Poole gets it to go. Poole's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Smart kicks to Middleton. Pass to Koulibaly. Here's Sarr. Dick defending. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. Doris, what this team likes about Jakob Poeltl, the combination of 7-foot size and great skill.
You know what, Kevin, to me, this young man has a nuanced understanding of the game. He sees the floor, so that means at his size, he can make on-time and on-target passes. He's a very capable rebounder and defender. There's just a lot to like about his game.
The shot by Brogdon wide open, and they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Understand this, if Malcolm Brogdon is on the three-point line, you better get a hand up and contest. Nicely done.
Here's Mobo. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. For the three, and the Wizards hit again from deep.
How about the timing? Could be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Stolen by Brogdon. Pass to Kispert. Here's Carrington. Bay sets a screen. Here's Carrington. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
Yeah, now they are firing on all.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Washington out in front as they wrap up the third quarter with a big 11-3 run. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. They've got Barrett. Walter out there with Robinson. And it's Shed in at the 1. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Walter can't get it to go. Washington leading now by 12. Pass to Kispert. Brogdon outside. Lets it go from deep. The Wizards with another miss. Toronto, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Here's Mobo, defended by Kispert. Mobo can't hit.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Barrett, no good. And so it's Brogdon with it. He brings it up for Washington. Here's Carrington. Knocks down the 3-ball. Carrington's got 9 points here in the second half.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
Well, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
Their accuracy in this one has just been on another level. I mean, the 3-ball keeps falling, and the defense just hasn't been able to run them off the line.
Well, I also noticed, guys, how much they moved the ball in this one. Selfless, willing to pass the ball to a teammate with a better look.
And you can see he just has a great overall feel for this game. Excellent job tonight.
And that's been his role pretty much from the opening tip. Get the ball to guys where they can score it.
Koulibaly finds Middleton. No coverage that time. And the Wizards lead by 19.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Pass to Mobo. And he's good on the 3-ball.
Listen, even average three-point shooters are going to make that shot. Defense must be better.
Brogdon the pass to Smart. 3-pointer. And good. Coming on the assist by Brogdon. Brogdon's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Near the 3-point line, it's Ingram. And they hit it back. Wizards leading by 19 points. Smart with the ball. He's picked up by Dick. And that one's good, Brogdon.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Brogdon against quickly. Pass to Koulibaly. No good on the 3. The Raptors shooting 43% from the field.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Washington.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Malcolm Brogdon.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
Oh, trying for it.
I'm honestly not sure what that was about. Maybe a protest against his coach?
Well, that is inexcusable. That kind of shot selection won't do them any good.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Clock at 6. Dick finds Ingram. Takes the 3. The rebound by Brogdon.
Well, he wanted to return the favor there for that last 3, but it just wasn't in the cards.
And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one.